Why did the 2000 mutiny take place? And what were the implications for the 2006 coup?
Well, when the mutiny took place, because the CRW soldiers felt betrayed, and I have been told by military people higher up that they felt very sad that the CRW soldiers were left they were left high and dry. They left, the word that they used was they were left to dry out by the military high command. Even Lingeri felt that very bitterly, although he went away quietly and never revealed any of the truth, right? But the CRW soldiers felt betrayed, and some of them actually tried to do a mutiny. It was very badly managed and all that. And then they had the support of civilians and some high chiefs, right? And in that, Beni Marama had to run for his life. And according to the ANU PhD thesis by John A. Balendrokandroka, which I've had to read through and sift for the truth, he said he took his commander down to the naval base for his own protection.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, how extraordinary to take your commander down to somewhere for his protection. The mutineers failed; most were arrested, and following the mutiny, there was also 5 soldiers arrested by Serivakula, who were not part of the mutiny, but he put them into the custody of the Nambua police station for their safety. And they were taken from Nambua police station by some soldiers. And the Nambua police were reluctant to give them up, but gave them up only because they were told that it was under the orders of not just John A. Balendrokandroka, but also Frank Bainimarama. And the 5 soldiers were Celestino Kalonivale, John Davui, Epeneri Bainimoli, Langani Rokowanga, and Ioane Waseroma. Right? They were taken away. And, Balendrokandroka in his PhD thesis writes, right, the order to assault members of these 5 CRW soldiers who were in police custody after the mutiny of November 2nd could have been issued by the military commander Vorenge Bainimarama. I'm quoting his thesis. Could have been issued by them, right? I think those 2 gentlemen, know more than we know. But those 5 soldiers, by the night's end, they were dead in the morgue. And they were not necessarily part of the mutiny. And there was no judge, no trial, no jury, and they were mad. I just feel, how on earth can our country forget that 5 people were just tortured to death like that, right? And no inquiry into it. No inquiry into it.
Wow, that is indeed very, very sad. Well, then you've said that there have been terrible, terrible long-term implications of this tragedy, not just for the 2006 coup, but beyond, to the rejection of the Yashgai report. Let's discuss that. Your views on that, please.
Yeah, well, the reason why that mutiny and what happened afterwards is important for the future is that this death of 5 soldiers is not just any journalist's interpretation or news item, right? It was actually verified by a magistrate named Ajmal Gulab Khan. He heard a employee's compensation case, right? You might want to laugh. It is so serious and horrible, right? An employee's compensation case by the wife of Kalonivalu.
Mm-hmm.
Employee compensation when your husband is murdered in cold blood.
Yes.
This is just horrible. But Ajmal Gulab Khan confirmed, right? And he said in his judgment, the basic facts are undisputed, right? And I'm quoting from his judgment, right, which has been reported, in journals, in law journals and things. He said on 2nd November 2000, he was at home attending to his sick child while his wife was at work.
Excuse me, Wadan.
Yeah.
Can you just slow down a bit and not rush
okay.
that part? Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So he said the basic facts are undisputed.
Yes.
Please continue.
He said it's undisputed. So on 2nd November, Kalonivalu was at home attending to his sick child while his wife was at work. So he was not in the mutiny, right? He was picked up by soldiers in the Tamavua area and taken to the central police station. After 4 p.m. that day, he was seen being taken out of the central police station along Pratt Street in an army van with sounds of beating and crying. Around midnight on that night, on 2nd 11, 2000, he was taken to the mortuary. Post-mortem was conducted on 8th November 2000. Cause of death was found to be multiple blunt force injuries, including head injuries with subdural hemorrhage. And Kadim Solomone, my friend Kadi Solomone, is a lovely guy. He in the army who conducted the court martial for the 2000 mutineers, he called for an investigation into the RFMF's disloyalty virus, which had the potential, which had the potential to become an epidemic, right? With several military officers who were responsible for the upheavals in 2000. And no such investigation has ever been done under Bainimarama for 16 years. So that is also described in Balin Rokadroka's thesis, you know. I mean, so the thing is that this is a legal case, right? And a huge abuse of human rights. And I'll come back to that, you know, when we talk about the 2013 constitution of the piece of paper.